10 items that sold for me between eBay and Amazon within the past 2 weeks. What's going on, YouTube? So, my side hustle has been exploding over the past few weeks, where for over a week now I have been averaging over a sale a day, where today, between two items, I actually sold over $90 in stuff. And this has been great for me because just a few months ago I was getting consistent sales for the first time ever, but I was only selling about one item a week. So selling an item a day is a ton of growth, and like and subscribe to help support the growth. But yeah, definitely extremely excited. I feel that this is largely in part because I have been sourcing and listing a lot more. Where about a month ago I had around 120, 130 listings between Amazon and eBay. But as of today, the making of this video, I have 307 different listings, which I feel has fueled a ton of growth. But also, I know what I need to be looking for, and I have learned a lot about the different brands and the different kinds of items that sell for good money on eBay, and also just general good places to source, and at these specific places to source, the specific parts of these areas to source. And the first example is this Hum-X item that helps reduce like hum and vibration. I'm not sure exactly what it's used for because as I was at a garage sale last weekend, I was just kind of looking through random stuff and I saw that this was new in the box. As you can see from the pictures, I paid $1 for this, and within 1 week, I just realized these two pictures were sideways, but within 1 week it sold for me for $67.90, which I was extremely excited about. So one takeaway to keep on the lookout is not only to keep on the lookout for the Hum-X items, or like this EbTech Hum-X, but also whenever you're at garage sales, typically the stuff that people think has more value are the items that are displayed pretty well. And the items that people tend to overlook more are just in boxes of random stuff. Always look through the boxes of random stuff, and whenever you find an item, say, ask kind of vaguely, like, how much is this item? And also, if you have a group of items, say, how much is this stuff? Because that is typically just a great way to get the best prices possible, and it also helps them get rid of stuff that they were just trying to get rid of. The next item is another item that I actually sold today that I found at a garage sale last weekend. That is a Sun X compression tester with papers. So be on the lookout for older items that are used to work on cars from like the 60s and 70s, because from the buyer's perspective, eBay is the best place to buy this kind of stuff, and it sells for decent money. It's interesting, so the big takeaway from this is kind of perception of value, right? People perceive different items as being worth different amounts. The guy that I bought this from had a box of Legos for sale for $80. And the little Woody toy, Toy Story 4 just came out, and he had a little Woody toy for $20. And I asked him about this item, and he wanted $1 for it. And it sold within less than a week for me for $25.90. Here's another item. It is a item that I bought on an estate sale last weekend too. It's a spindle adapter so you can like use it on your record player, and I got $22.93 for it. So there's two kind of takeaways from this. The first thing is estate sales are oftentimes good to go towards the end of them because there's usually a discount. A lot of times at garage sales, you can look over the good stuff and miss out on a lot of things if you go towards the later part of the garage sale, which is like in the early afternoon. But oftentimes estate sales, because they have to kind of just get rid of stuff that doesn't sell, you can find the best deal sometimes on the last day of the estate sale, where sometimes they'll have them for 50% off. Also, is another note that I like to make, which is a change that I feel has also helps me drive a lot of growth, is how I've changed how I price various items. So you can see $15 and 8 shipping, $19 and 7 shipping. You can see $60 and 8 shipping. I used to try to offer really cheap shipping or nearly free shipping, but so what I've been doing is I've been getting the price that I'm looking to get for an item and breaking apart a larger portion of it towards shipping, where I used to try to ask maybe like $1 or $2 for shipping or have free shipping, but now I try to have like between $8 and $10 of the item's price for shipping, And the reason why is because I feel that having a cheap price like $15 right here, as opposed to 20 something dollars, encourages the buyer to click into the item and then make a decision of whether they're going to purchase the item or not, as opposed to just kind of make a loose thought and think if the item is priced well for them and then just can scroll on or not scroll on. Also, I feel that having buyers click into this item more, it causes eBay to promote it more as it's getting more views and hopefully more people watching it, which I feel has helped fuel quite a bit of growth for me personally. So the next item is a lot of 2 Harley-Davidson Zippo lighters. I paid $1 a piece for these, and keep on the lookout for Zippo lighters, because even if you open them up and they don't work, for one thing, Zippo lighters, they're fairly uniform and they're not super hard to fix, and also there's a large collector base out there for them. I paid $1 a piece for them, and I sold them for $29.36, which I'm definitely very happy with, especially because they're so small that they shipped for very cheap. The next item that I sold is a lot of 23 Bon Appetit magazines. So I was scrolling through the Facebook marketplace, and I saw that somebody was putting stuff on the curb and giving it out for completely free. And when I saw this post about 5 hours after they posted it, and when I got there was one box of books. So as I showed in a previous video, which is shown at the top corner, which is linked to in the top corner, I found a book from 1907, but I also saw these magazines, and people are willing to pay $1 or $2 for back-issued magazines. Brand new, these costed $700 a piece, and they're from the 1990s, so if you enjoy these kind of vintage magazines, then the best way to get them is on eBay. I paid nothing for them, and I got $31.08 for them, and even though it costed like $14 to ship through FedEx, I was still able to earn a decent net profit. The next item that I was able to sell were the sizing and receipting dice. So definitely just a general category to look out for is older tools. As you can see, the box is kind of older, and so you can tell that this just really isn't super modern. I'm not sure exactly when they were made, but as you can see, they are a little bit older, and they do appear to be in great condition. And I was paid $1 for these, and they sold for me for $26.98, which I am extremely happy about, or 96 cents, which I am extremely happy about because it was a quick sale, sold within me for less than a week, and sizing receiving dies, or just smaller tools in general, are a great category to keep on the lookout for. The 7th item is an RPM gauge for an airplane, which I sold for $33.30. I know it says the winning bid was $20, but what happened was I had an initial starting auction for $19.99 plus $7.51, but someone sent me an offer and I countered it with $25 plus the shipping, so I sold it for $33.30. Definitely keep on the lookout for anything aviation related. New Piper Club brand just in general seems to sell great on eBay. And also, a note from this is to just put in as much information as you can into the description. Not only will it help buyers look for item, but it will help them make their own decision about the item. Where you can see, I said it's untested. I don't have a plane to test it with or anything, and I don't really know how to test them without a plane. So I said that it's untested, but it does not move when I turn it upside down. But it does when I spin it, which personally I felt that even though that didn't necessarily mean the item was working, it was a good sign that it wasn't completely busted, and if anything, it's a cool decoration piece, so I'm extremely happy about this sale too. Next few items are items that I sold on Amazon. So this is an item that I sold for $12.24, and I was able to find it at a church garage sale for $1. And I know what you're saying, that I sold it under a new listing, and I did. The reason why is because, so when you go to garage sales and estate sales and thrift stores, you are going to find books that are in truly new condition. I mean, a lot of times people get books as a gift and they put it on a shelf and they never read it, and it ends up at a thrift store. People buy a book with the intention of reading it, but for one reason or another, they put it on a shelf and they never read it. So these books are truly in Barnes & Noble condition. You have to be very particular and you have to be very careful whenever you're judging the condition of a book. But you will find books that are in truly Barnes & Noble type condition. The next item that I sold was this book right here. I actually paid 66 cents for it at a thrift store, and I sold it for $25. And this is definitely a book to keep on the lookout for. But another note for this is that even if for some reason one listing doesn't sell for the money that you think it would, if there's another listing that's ranked okay, that's acceptable to you, that has good pricing, then don't be afraid to list under the other listing. As you can see, this was ranked 4.2 million today, and which means that it has very low sales volume. But the ranking, though, it's not for the title, it's for the specific listing. So if the ranking's there, the listing is still selling, and even a 4.2 million ranking, even though that's a very infrequent amount of sales, it is still selling. And as you can see right here, there is a much more popular listing that sells for less money for this same book. But as you can see, it was still a competitive price because I sold it for just as much as this book sold for, or about $1 more. Another item that I sold is this book right here. I paid $1.30 for it, and I got $19.19 for it. I sold it as used, acceptable condition, because that's what the condition it was in, and I was very happy with the sale. And a bonus item that I sold is called Getting Beyond Better. A note about this is, even if book prices are expensive, don't be afraid to still keep on looking. This was at a Salvation Army, and books there are $3 a piece. But for some reason, the books that they have there are just of a very high quality. And I find great books, which I feel that a lot of people overlook because they're just asking more per book than other people are asking. And I was able to sell this book in like new condition for over $14, which I was happy about. So please like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what y'all think, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm looking for suggestions for some new content, so please let me know if y'all have any ideas. Thank you. Have a great day.